Hello and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. I'm an intuitive reader and soul communicator with an intuitive message for whoever needs it today, whoever needs this message. Okay, even if this message isn't completely specifically for you, I know there will be something beneficial in it for you because there's a reason you were drawn to this video. So let's see where we're starting. You know, as I've shuffled that whole deck, I'm feeling like we should start with this one, with our animal messages. Okay, I think actually what's going to happen is we're going to draw all the cards at once and get a full picture, and then I'll show it to you as we go. Okay. Sea turtle, honeybee, snow leopard, goat. So kind of a mix of ethereal and earthly energies going on there. Let's get the rest of your message here. Oh, interesting. Okay. Feeling. Thank you. And then soul message. Interesting. Okay. Where do we start? Let's start with how you're feeling, and then we'll tell you what's going on. We've got Two of Pentacles, Four of Swords, and King of Wands. It looks to me like this energy is about incubating an action, incubating a move, kind of biding your time until it's time to make a move. And it doesn't feel like you don't feel like it's time to make a move. You're still kind of weighing the pros and cons, or kind of, actually, no, I'm sorry, that's not quite right. You're past the weighing of pros and cons. Now it's more about just like trying to figure out how you can make this into reality. So there's an energy that's waiting, and then there's also an energy that's looking. Now, are you expecting? I think that's where we're kind of missing the connection here. There's a little bit of a disconnected feeling in the energy here, where you are perhaps looking for it, but you're not expecting it. Now that's two different things. Looking for something is kind of like you have an idea in your head of what's there, and you're going to go window shopping perhaps, and you're going to see if you can find it. So there's still a bit of a search energy or a questing energy with that. But expecting is, I've put in the order and I'm waiting for it. When you go into a restaurant and you place your order, you expect to get the food, right? You're not looking for it in the same way that you're kind of looking when you're window shopping. So what you have come to be thinking about, to try, what you're trying to move forward with, you're not quite at the stage of expecting it. You're not feeling like it's coming. You're just kind of still in that, it might be, I'm looking, I'm kind of still not sure. Okay, now let's see what's actually happening. We have Nine of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and Two of Wands leading into the Ace. So this is still early stages. And it's like the energy wants to come forward. It wants to come forward to you, but there's an energy not allowing it to. There's an energy of stuckness where that particular energy does not want to give up its position. Is there anything they can do about that stuck energy, or is that there for a reason? Let me get some more clarification on that stuck energy. It's funny because I feel like this snow leopard card is just staring at me. as I'm shuffling, and you see that we've got a stare, like there's a stare down happening with both of these cards. And so I'm wondering, okay, let me clarify the Nine of Wands, and then we're going to go back to the animals for for a hot second. Okay. Nine of Wands, King of Pentacles, and the Fairlilt. Okay, so it's kind of a little bit of both. We have an energy that is on the earth that is holding you back and saying, no, you're not moving forward yet. But at the same time, this is divinely positioned for you. It is supposed to be there to create alchemy for you. Now let's go back up to these other animal cards. I should say other, just the animal cards. So we've got the turtle energy, which is go with the flow. Understand that the universe is taking care of it. We don't need to be creating a drama out of what's either happening or not happening. And the honeybee is asking us to really trust that flow. Trust that flow and keep your vibration high. That's our snow leopard here. Don't sink down. And you'll notice, you see how these colors are very similar, and color is another kind of vibration, right? So it's kind of like saying the more you let go and the more you flow with where the universe is pulling you and taking you, the higher your vibration can be. And that's, I have to say that again for myself because that has a lot of meaning. The more you go with the flow, the higher your vibration is. You keep your vibration high by going with the flow. On the other side, we have the goat, and I feel like that's a little bit of this stubbornness we're talking about, kind of a Capricorn energy here. There's even little goats on the bottom of his throne. Can you see that? A little detail by his foot, that's a goat. So there's a rootedness and a plantedness to the energy that you're facing on the earth, which we've talked about. Something that seems immovable, that it's like, how can you find your way around it? Is there a way to find a way around it? And the big message here is, it's really not your job to find the flow around it. Okay, the universe has whatever obstacles are in place for a reason. And in the end, they will probably not be obstacles. It's kind of the hindsight thing where you look back and say those really weren't obstacles. You're going to be grateful that perhaps it's likely that you'll be grateful for the stoppage, for the reason why it didn't come forward. Okay, now the soul message in all of this, Six of Wands, High Priestess, Ten of Cups. Okay, what is the soul message? Okay, nothing is coming for me out of those cards, so I'm going to ask them if they can rephrase it in a different way. Actually, I'm just not sitting with it long enough, so give me a second. I feel kind of awkward sometimes when I'm connecting with the cards and you're just watching my head down. So I'll have to get over that. Give me a second. It feels like, even though you may not be sensing this on the earthly plane, but it feels like your ability to call down manifestation is at a very high point right now. It's at a very high place right now. And you're being asked to funnel that channel, not necessarily into the selfish desires for the self, but very much into desires for other people. Desires where you're collaborating with others or showing some kind of leadership in your community. And for the community itself, for our kind of human family itself, you're being asked to use your, you're being asked to use your powers of manifestation, your powers of desire to manifest for bigger things than you. You know, bringing more peace to the world, bringing more dialogue between those in power, bringing more high vibration consciousness to those in power. But using your gifts in a more selfless way. I know, for myself, I am very guilty of this. I get stuck with just trying to manifest for things in my life, things in my 3D experience, and I forget that we're part of a collective and that we're being watched. We are being watched by that higher energy, and we're being constantly asked, although we don't know, why aren't you staying up here with us? If you stayed up here within the higher energy, if you kept your vibration higher, there's so much more good we could do together. There's so much more movement that we could create for each other. And so this is a bit about sacrificing the individual desire to help the collective desire move forward, and then remembering that you're still part of the collective, so you get moved anyway. You see that? So if you can help the bigger thing shift, you're part of that bigger thing, so you shift anyway, and you still get what you want. But the problem is that going through that very narrow channel of just what do I want is not harnessing enough power. That's also what's going on with these cards here. The honeybee is bees working together to communicate, to talk to each other about what's good for the hive. We're capable of pulling all of that down. Okay, there's acorns on there. I was like, are there bees around her neck? It looks like there's, look for a second, like there were bees around her neck. But this is about being able to harness that power for others, not just yourself. And then in that selfless act, you get that reciprocity that we see with this honeybee card. In fact, it is called the card of reciprocity. You get back what you've given to others. This card has a sweet little myth with it, the turtle card. It's about two magical sea turtles that have a baby. And her job as a turtle is to stay in this sacred pool and protect all of the other little babies that come to that pool. And it turns out it's not just turtle babies, it's also sometimes human babies or other small creatures that come to her. That's why there's a human resting on the back of the turtle. So, she went trans-species. That sounds funny. She went across species to kind of give of herself. And I might post it, if I can find it again, I might post it in the description. There's this amazing video of this humpback whale saving a woman from a shark. And it brought tears to my eyes, but she talks about in the video, she's a scientist who studies whales. She talks about how altruism is really a thing that's been observed many times with humpback whales. So where they go out of their way to help a species more that's outside of their own family, because whales are also very family oriented, and that can be very insular. But this is saying, what about the human family? What about helping others? What about sending good energy and raising the vibration of those who maybe need a little bit of a boost? Let's step outside of our junk for a while, okay? And when you get yourself boosted to that place where you're giving and you're helping others and you're at that high vibration place, guess what? This is going to connect. You're going to then be able to feel that energy of expectation, and that desire of yours will come forward. Okay. Well, I'm feeling very energized by that reading. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're looking for further guidance, or you're looking for a mentor to really help you open up to your light and your gifts, please reach out. My contact information is below in the description, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good one.